Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're going to carry on with our discussion about the fruit of the Spirit, which is in Galatians 5. I really encourage you go and read Galatians. It is for me as if Paul was speaking to the world when he wrote this um, this book to the Galatians. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, so we have done love, joy, and peace, which for me is the three foundational steps in having the fruit of the Spirit. Because if we don't have it, it's going to be much, much more difficult to walk in the fruit of the Spirit. And remember, we also want to walk in the fruit of the Spirit so that we are not bound by the law. We are not bound by the desires of the flesh. So the fourth fruit is patience. Now, some of the translations says that it is long suffering. But for me, what it means is being patient with God in order to trust Him to fulfill the calling that I have on my life. I'm going to say it again. For me to have patience is to trust God and allow Him to work His perfect time in my life so that I can fulfill the destiny that's upon my life. And that's what I want to explain to you today. Having patience, not just with people around you, but having patience for the plan of God to come to fulfillment in your life. Yes, a lot of times we are impatient. We want things to happen like this. And then we don't understand when God says, this is what's going to happen. Let's take Abraham, for example. He was, I think was it Sarah that was 99 years? But Abraham was 99 years when Isaac was begot or was conceived. That for me is way past what I would ever think was possible. So if the Lord has given me that instructions, I think, yeah, let's say I was young and the Lord gave me that that word, that promise. I would start here from 20, 21, 22. At 25, I would think, Lord, did I hear correctly? I don't even think about 99, way past the point of possibility in the natural realm. But Abraham had patience with the Lord. Sarah, I think she stumbled because she gave Hagar, her slave or her assistant, to Abraham to conceive a child. So what is it? Patience is to trust in the Lord that His timing will be correct. I've told you this testimony before, but the house we are staying in, the house that we rented was sold, so we had to move. And I was like, Lord, why this? I don't like to move, all of the things. And I said, okay, we're going to look for a place. We couldn't find a place that was suitable for our needs. And I just thought, Lord, I'm beyond the point where I can do things from my side, because I was trying hard on the last day of the month that we should be out of the house. Still nothing. And I just said, Lord, well, what can I do? I don't know anymore. Um, Maybe they're going to just kick me out of the house. I don't know, sleep on the street. All of those things ran through my mind. It was trying to take away my peace. It was trying to give me a lot of fear. And I just said, Lord, well, I don't know what to do. And the next day, the new owners of the house said, when are you going to move out? And we said, well, we are trying to find a place. We don't have a place to stay yet. And they said, oh, wonderful. And I was like, oh, Wonderful. Why? Because they said, well, for about 2 weeks, we cannot start with the renovations on this house and we don't want the house to be empty. So please stay here. And wow. And in that time that we stayed there, we received the house that we are staying in now, and we are staying in a town where the supply of water is a big problem because of a lot of reasons. And this place have got a borehole. Now, where we stayed, it was always the first house to receive water and the last street to be without water. Shortly after we moved, they changed the pipelines. That street is the first to have no water and the last to get water. They were sitting without water for months, not even just hours, for months. And here we stay in a house that has a borehole, water on demand, clean water. Not even sometimes the water when it came through in the other house, I think almost the water from the river was cleaner than the tap water. That was patience, trusting and allowing the Lord to work the circumstances out beyond my ability. So I cannot boast in saying, well, it was because of my doing that we stay in this house. I'm so blessed because of that. I'm blessed because I'm a son of God and He's my Father. Yes, some days I feel like getting impatient, but then I just remember the fruit of the Spirit is patience. Think about Joseph being sold as a slave, and then he advanced, and then an unrighteous act happened again, and he was cast into prison. What happened? God fulfilled the prophetic vision that He gave to him. That is patience. Sometimes it takes years, but put your trust in the Lord so that you have peace. Because a lot of times, being a Christian, things will happen beyond your ability. That, for me, that's something that I realized. Things happen beyond my ability. So that's why I want you to just think about these things and allow it to work in your heart so that you will trust and be patient with the Lord when He is working on you. So this is not just for me something that we have to show the world, but it's more about our response to God, being patient. Just as when you raise a child, you need a lot of patience. I think God has patience with us, but that's also why it's a fruit of the Spirit. And for me, knowing this, if I go back to the King James that says long suffering, well, some days we suffer for some time so that the purposes and the promises of God can be fulfilled. Think about Joseph, what he went through. It was a long period, but yet in that period, God was with him. And that's what we need to hold on. That's why we can trust the Lord. Don't let go of your promises. A lot of you already think that this promise is not going to come to pass. If you don't hold on to it, maybe it's not. But if you hold on to it, it will come to pass. Think about it. Meditate upon it. Father, I pray that our patience will be secure in you, that we will trust you and allow you to work things out for when your time is right. And I thank you for that, Father. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Be blessed.